Hi, hello, and welcome to my channel. Amazon recently came out with a book to TV series of Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I thought it'd be really fun to read the book and then watch the show. So that's essentially what we're going to be doing today. If you've never read Daisy Jones and the Six, essentially it's about a girl named Daisy who is kind of like a singer slash songwriter, or she wants to be, and then about the Six, which is an up-and-coming band. This book is an attempt to piece together a clear portrait of how the renowned 1970s rock band Daisy Jones and the Six rose to fame, as well as what led to their abrupt and infamous split while on tour in Chicago on July 12th, 1979. So basically this book goes through like 8 years of Daisy Jones and the Six, separately coming together and then splitting up. I'm on page like 100, so I've gotten a little less than like a third of the way through, and I'm already at the point where Daisy and the Six have recorded a song together. Daisy's not like officially part of the band yet, but she has worked with them at this point. And that's pretty much it as far as like storyline goes. But just in general, I am really enjoying this book a lot more than I was expecting to. It's actually written from the perspective of like all of the people involved in kind of like an interview slash like documentary type of way. So basically the entire book is just dialogue from all of the people. And there have been like a few instances where somebody says one thing and then right after you have somebody else saying kind of like a different version of that event. We have Billy Doon talking, and basically he's saying that his dad left their family and he left behind his guitar. And it says, eventually when I was about 15 or so, Mom saved up and bought Graham and I an old Strat for Christmas. Graham wanted that one, so I let him have it. I kept the Silverstone, which is the dad's old guitar. And then you have Graham right after saying, I wanted the Silverstone, but I could tell it meant more to Billy, so I took the Strat. And that kind of happens every once in a while, and I think it's really fun. So far I've actually been really enjoying this book, and I'm excited to keep reading. So I'm gonna do that. Which, by the way, I really like the aesthetic of like the chapters. I just think they look really cute. And is this not like the cutest bookmark you've ever seen? I got this little pack of I think 5 or 6 different magnetic cat bookmarks, and I'm obsessed with them. I'm honestly kind of considering getting another set. I think they were like $6 or something, super inexpensive. I just feel, I don't know. We still have a decent amount of book to go, so it's not like them falling apart is like about to happen, but I feel like the very beginning kind of things are starting to like trickle in. I'm starting to get a little bit on edge while reading because I'm just like, ugh. Getting like stiff from sitting in this chair. We took a little bit of a break from reading because I had to run to the store really quickly to grab some lunch, but then also I got a couple of snacks for our show for later on, which I'll show you then. But as far as the book goes, we're like halfway through, and essentially at this point, the way that I thought the book was going to kind of go, it's looking like that's the way it's gonna happen, and I'm a little annoyed about it because I feel like if what I think is gonna happen happens, it's very predictable, one, but then also I just don't want the characters to have to go through that. So I'm really hoping I'm wrong, but we're also in the point in the story where they've actually talked quite a bit about like the songs that they've been writing and recording and things like that. And I actually ended up watching someone else's video where they did the same concept where they like read the book and then watched the show. And she was saying that Spotify now has a album, like a Daisy Jones and the Six album. And this song in particular, I'm like super curious about how it's supposed to sound because they're just going like way in depth about how she's supposed to sing it, and she's like struggling with it and stuff like that. So while I eat my lunch, I'm actually going to pull up that song, and I think from now on I'm gonna start actually listening to the songs as they talk about them because I feel like that would be a more immersive kind of experience, and it makes me actually like really excited that I was kind of late to the game to reading this book. So, I don't know if you can see, we've got Daisy Jones and the Six. I'm like so excited. The song in particular that I'm like super curious about is called Impossible Woman, and I don't see it on here. Well, that's like super disappointing. They either didn't add it to this, which is super annoying because that is so far the song that they've talked the most in depth about, aside from maybe like Honeycomb, or maybe they changed the name and it's a different song on here. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to keep reading to find out. I am curious though what Honeycomb sounds like because they did talk about that a lot in the beginning, and that is like the first song that they recorded together, so. That is so different than what I thought it was gonna sound like. And honestly, I don't know that I like it. That's not right at all. The amount of time I spend messing around with this camera. We have officially finished Daisy Jones and the Six, and it was a pretty good book. I'm not like 100% sure about what my star rating is going to be because I like to kind of like sit and marinate with my thoughts first, but as of right now, I am kind of thinking maybe like a 3.5 star. I feel like overall, I did really enjoy the story. It wasn't anything like crazy, but there was also definitely a lot of things that I really enjoyed about it. So first off, again, like that whole like interview slash like documentary style writing, I thought was so unique and really cool. It really made for like a quick, easy paced and just like fun read. And also, I mentioned it earlier, there was like a theory that I had of why the band was going to break up, and I was pretty sure as I was reading that that was what was going to happen, but it didn't. I'm really glad that the author decided to take a different approach to it. And then of course, because this was turned into a TV show, we have an accompanying album, so it does give a unique experience to be able to actually like listen to the songs that you're reading about. That being said though, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really listen to the album that thoroughly because it's just not really the type of music I like to listen to. I kind of like skimmed through the songs really quickly to get the vibe, but I didn't really like listen to it. And yeah, I think that's everything that I have to say about the book. I did enjoy it. Today's been fun, and it's about to get even more fun because we're gonna watch a TV show. When we went to Walmart earlier, I meant to get popcorn, but I got a couple other things instead. First off, we have some chips. I've got the Great Value, like plain knockoff version of Pringles. And then we have Talkie Pringles, essentially. And then also I've had like a random craving for cinnamon rolls lately. So I went to go pick up some regular cinnamon rolls, but then I found these, which is basically a like strawberries and cream flavored cinnamon roll. I'm definitely one of those people that like, if there's some kind of like weird flavored something, I have to try it. At this point, I have watched all 6 episodes that have been released so far, and overall, honestly, I don't think I'm going to keep watching it, and this is why. The first couple of episodes were pretty similar to the book, with just like a couple of little detail changes here and there. The third episode, however, is when it started going a little rogue, which at first I didn't really mind because I was honestly getting a little bored with the show because it was so similar to the book, and I literally just got done reading it. But again, by the end of like that 6th episode, I just feel like the show I know has to be more dramatic, so it'll kind of like keep people's attention, but it's changing certain things about people. Like, first off, the show is making me not like Daisy, and Daisy is one of my favorite people in the book. So I don't really like what they're doing with her character. They're kind of making her feel very like self-centered to me, and I just don't get that vibe in the book. And then they're also just kind of like changing the relationships between certain people. I don't want to give anything away, but like it's going more so in the direction that I thought the book was going to go in, and like I mentioned, I really appreciated that they didn't go in that direction with the book. So I guess that's my thoughts. I feel like if I didn't read the book, I would like the show decently enough, but now that I have read the book and I know how it's supposed to go, it's just bothering me. But anyway, I think that is everything that I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have had the most amazing of days, and I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Bye!